Hello, readers of Every Word, and welcome to Every Word 365. I'm your host, Christina Munoz-Madsen, and today we're reading Job 18 through 19. Reputation is what others think you are. Character is what God knows you are. That is from yesterday's Reflection and Worship page. I hope you asked yourself the questions on this page about integrity. Very convicting if you really think through those. It's in the Look Ahead section on yesterday's page. On to today. Imagine that you have been deprived of possessions, health, and loved ones. Could you proclaim with Job that your hope is still in the Lord? And that is from today's My Daily Walk. Again, very convicting, am I right? As most of you know by now, the first time I experienced true devastation, the loss of my dad to cancer, I immediately turned away from God. I later learned more about why I did that from a friend while on a beach vacation. We were about a day away from the end of the vacation week when she got a call saying that her stepdad, with whom she was very close, had suddenly died of a heart attack. The devastation was so intense, she became physically ill. As decisions were made about how to get her back home quickly, I felt compelled to share with her about how I had turned from God after losing my dad and how she really shouldn't do that. She looked at me like I was crazy and said through her tears, "Oh, don't worry, I would never do that." I was stunned. I just assumed everyone would have that temptation and that reaction when faced with extreme loss because that's what I did. But unlike me, my friend grew up in a faith-filled family and had a solid foundation. What a great lesson for me on the importance of instilling faith-based values and teachings in my own children. A similar lesson for all of us from Job. That's something that really jumped up to me, just a story that I wanted to share with you. And this verse is one that really jumps out to me. Job 19:25. But as for me, I know that my Redeemer lives, and he will stand upon the earth at last. And I'm including a link from Got Questions on more on that statement because it is so powerful. I also love today's insight. That's the section at the bottom of the introduction page about the number 10 indicating patient endurance. You know that I love numbers and the meaning, and it's sometimes debated, but I love reading those little nuggets about the significance of numbers in the Bible. Tomorrow is Job 20 through 21. Happy reading. I want to personally invite you to join me and my family on a trip to Greece in 2025. This will be a 10-day tour with Travel with Friends, and I simply cannot imagine what it will be like to walk where Paul walked and be where he was when he wrote much of the New Testament. As I've shared, we'll start in Athens and then head to Corinth, and from there we will board our cruise ship and sail from Athens to the quaint Isle of Mykonos called the Island of Windmills. This is a stunningly picturesque town with a maze of tiny streets and whitewashed steps, lanes, houses, and churches gathered around its harbor in the middle of a wide bay. Experience the waterfront lined with shops and cafes, and then stroll the charming walkways. You can explore more on your own before returning to the ship for dinner and evening activities. If you're interested in learning more, be sure to send me a message. My email is included in the podcast description, and I'll add you to our VIP list.